What is food insecurity? Food insecurity is a major problem around the world and largely affects impoverished people in California. A quarter of San Diegans deal with food insecurity or have dealt with it at some time in their lives. That's over 350,000 people. The other 75% of San Diegans are food secure, meaning they have immediate access to healthy food. Of those 350,000 people, 40% deal with physical or mental disabilities, 35% are children, and 25% are senior citizens. This shows that anyone can grow up and live without access to nutritious food. Hunger doesn't discriminate. Senior citizens require healthier foods in order to sustain themselves, especially due to the lack of exercise they get. People with disabilities require certain foods that don't harm them and meet their needs. Children are food insecure due to poor parenting and bad living conditions. People affected by food insecurity can register for food banks. Food banks collect donated nutritious food and distribute it to people who qualify for food banks. This helps eliminate food waste and hunger. Eligibility for a food bank, such as CalFresh, requires having a current bank balance of under $3,001 and requires you to share your household with either a person over 60 or a person with a disability. What is a food desert? A food desert is defined as an area where grocery stores and access to nutritious food is scarce. In California, 1 million people live in food deserts and rely on food banks. Many people that live in deserts also fall below the poverty line, meaning that their income is not enough to sustain themselves. Food stamps also come into play, as almost 400,000 Californians receive government-provided food stamps.
Food insecurity is a harsh reality faced by hundreds of thousands of San Diegans. To understand this problem, I took the CalFresh Challenge, living on the average CalFresh budget for 2 days. In California, the average amount one person receives in EBT or food stamps is around $5 to $8 per day, which is about $250 a month. So this is what I learned. Day one started with oatmeal, simple and inexpensive. It wasn't glamorous, but it provided the energy I needed to start the day. For many, this is a typical breakfast, stretching limited resources to cover basic nutrition. It costs about $8 for 20 servings, so not too crazy, but I ate 2 servings for breakfast. Lunch was a bean and cheese burrito from the school cafeteria. School meals are a lifeline for many children, often their most nutritious meal of the day. This burrito, though basic, highlights the importance of the free lunch and breakfast options that our school provides for students. Dinner was taco mac and cheese, a blend of things found around the house, costing around $10 for 4 servings. But considering it was homemade and included fresh vegetables, it's not that bad. It shows how people facing food insecurity often have to be resourceful, combining whatever ingredients are available to make a meal. Day 2 began with jelly on toast, quick, easy, and cheap. It's a reminder that when resources are tight, meals often focus on what's affordable and fast, rather than what's nutritious. Lunch was school pizza, very repetitive, but it underscores the dependence on school-provided meals. For many, these lunches are critical to meeting daily nutritional needs. Dinner was quick-bake enchiladas, costing $12. Preparing this meal made me appreciate the effort required to stretch a budget while trying to maintain some variety and flavors in the meals. The CalFresh Challenge gave me a small glimpse into the daily struggles of those facing food insecurity. Planning, stretching ingredients, and making do with limited options is a reality for many. Food insecurity affects millions of people, with many relying on programs like CalFresh to make ends meet. But it's not as simple as it seems. Meals are often repetitive because if you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you can't just buy 2 slices of bread, 1 serving of peanut butter, and 1 serving of jelly. You have to buy a whole jar of peanut butter, 1 of jelly, and a loaf of bread. Although breakfast, lunch, and dinner may differ, most people end up having the same thing for lunch, breakfast, and dinner as they did yesterday. Understanding these struggles is the first step toward making a difference. Consider supporting local food banks, advocating for better food security, and spreading awareness about food insecurity. Together, we can help ensure that no one goes hungry, especially in our community.
After researching about food insecurity, and after doing the CalFresh Challenge, we realized how little we truly knew about food insecurity. We also realized that many Americans, and even people around the globe, probably knew just about as much as we did before we started researching. So to change this, we created the Del Nourish website. On this website, we inform people about food insecurity, about the CalFresh Challenge, and other organizations that are fighting food insecurity every day. On the first page of our website, we go through food insecurity, what it is, why there is food insecurity, and who it affects. This helps inform people about food insecurity. On the second page, we talk about CalFresh and the CalFresh Challenge. We talk about how CalFresh helps people. We also talk about why people should do the challenge and the rules of the challenge so that people know what they have to do. We even added our own experience with the pictures of every meal that we did.
And then on the third site, we talked about the different organizations that were fighting food insecurity, such as CalFresh, Nourish California, SNAP or Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and the San Diego Food Bank. So starting off with CalFresh. CalFresh helps families dealing with food insecurity gain access to nutritious food. And to qualify for CalFresh, you must be a legal U.S. citizen or have a qualified immigration status. And a bank account with savings less than $2,001 is also required, except for people with disabilities or those that are 60 or more in age. And then for Nourish California, it advocates for equal access to affordably nutritious food and smart solutions to promote human rights on the subject of access to healthy foods. They also have a research program that focuses on bringing awareness to problems, informing people about solutions, measuring the impact, and telling human stories of hunger. And then SNAP is a federally funded program under the USDA which fights food insecurity by providing food benefits to low income families to supplement their grocery budget. And unlike the other programs that we talked about, this one is throughout the whole US. It's not just in California. And then the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank is the largest hunger relief organization in San Diego County. In 2020 to 2021, the food bank served 550,000 people per month and distributed about 60 million pounds of food. The food bank fights food insecurity by providing nutritious food to people who need it and informs others about hunger issues. And then at the end of each description, there is a link to each of the organizations so that you can support them and their cause. And then at the very end of each site, we also put the slideshow link that we had in the beginning of the video so that you guys can check out the statistics. And yeah, make sure to check out the published website. And other than that, thank you for watching.